Well, funny. Me too. I feel kind of sick.
Let's go! Hey! It's T-Bag!
Hey everybody, Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. I'm back. I know it's been a while. I do apologize that it has been a bit, but guess what? I'm just happy to be back. So, got a good one for you today, guys. Something exciting to come up for next month. But before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and do this in ordinary fashion. Today's podcast, post, vlog, whatever the hell you want to call this thing that I do, is going to be about the new press secretary and her first speech ever. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Grab yourself a smoke. Grab yourself a drink. And remember, guys, this is just my bag of tea, my opinions. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. But if not, grab on your butts, your balls, your boobs, whatever you got, because here we go. All right. I'm going to try and do my best without the cuts and the edits as best I can. However, normally I say I do this off the cuff. No notes. Today, I got some notes just because it's been a while and I'm kind of a little bit out of practice. Me not doing it every week or every other week, got to kind of warm up. Brain doesn't fire as much. And, with the attention span that everybody has these days, which is about that long, because trust me, I've seen the analytics on all my videos. Y'all don't watch for very long. It's about like me on this cold day right now. So let's get it. All right. Past 4 years, we have had nothing but a press secretary who, quite frankly, reminds me of Jamie Foxx from In Living Color. Yeah, his Shanae character, the one with the hair, the KJP, Karine Jean-Pierre. I don't know how that chick is French, but whatever. But we got a new one after 4 years of lies, I don't have the answer for that. I'm going to refer you to this, reading scripts. After 4 years, we're done. We have got somebody new, and I'm so happy. But what'd you think about the intro? I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get it leveled and centered and, having all this equipment and making everything look professional, cost some cheddar. And, well, that's something I ain't got right now. But I'm doing the best I can with the best I got, so fuck it. All right, guys. So the new press secretary is a Carolyn Levitt, whatever you want to say, however she says it. Hell, I get Karine Jean-Pierre wrong most of the time. That's why I call her KJP. As you can tell by the, I guess you call it the preview page or the, my little cover picture of it. She's quite a looker, right? Yeah, she giggity, as you can see. But that's not the only reason. She knocked it out of the park today. She was born in 2 days after my birthday in 1997. Now, I wasn't born in 97. Quite a bit more before that. But she was born 2 days after mine in August. And I guess I was like 14 at that time, going on 15. Good Lord. I was either in my freshman year of high school or my 8th grade year, which we kind of considered like a junior high, almost high school, but beyond that. But quite frankly, she's young, but boy, she came to play today. All right, let's get into it. First thing she started off with is new stuff. Like, new people are allowed in there, not just cherry picked members that they're like, oh, they're more left, they're more right. Oh, yeah. No, and she's going to put the new people right up in front instead of all the favorite and most big mainstream news people that we're so used to them, calling on and seeing and hearing the same questions all the time. So, all right. Side note before I keep going. Travis, I thought you quit smoking. I have been quitting smoking, and I've been doing really good. As I said, maybe in my yearly review for last year, as of November, being a 10 pack a week person, pack a day, sometimes 7 packs a week to 10, just depending on if I go out for the weekend or whatnot. I am down to 1 pack. So having 1 or 2 cigarettes a day, not going to kill me. So you won't see me chain smoking in this podcast. But since this is kind of my shtick, still have one. So, Travis, don't you think it's kind of stupid that you have props that can kill you? That's what I think about that. Whatever. All right. So some of those new news anchors will be people like podcasters like me, but I'm not going to try and do that. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a news reporter. Just an asshole with his bullshit opinion, talking shit to myself. And then some of you people watch it. So there you go. What's in the glass? Whiskey. What kind of whiskey? Cheap. Stuff that works. Maybe once I start making money off this channel, I can buy, the good shit. All right, moving on. So the first thing that she did after she introduced, we're going to have an application for new news people, legitimate people to try, go through Secret Service, be a part of this. She moved on to blasting old KJP, and I quote, "Call out the lies in this room that have been for the past 4 years." I was like, yeah. She just straight up said, "Oh, KJP, you're garbage. No more lies here, biatch." And I was like, giggity. So that was another reason why you see a little giggity up there on the cover photo. Yeah. She was already batting 1,000 right at the beginning. I was like, get it, girl. Now, granted, she did get some hard questions. And like the past 4 years where she goes to a book and this lady reads, and I don't have any questions. I don't have any answers for that. I refer you to this, da-da-da-da. No, she took those hard questions and she had them memorized, and she didn't backtrack, trying to tell the same answer. Finally, she was like, "Look, I've already talked about this. The president talked about it yesterday. You can just go back and watch what he said." I was like, get it. And nothing was pre-taped or pre-typed out answers. She had everything in her brain. She did look down a few times to, what's that website again? And, but maybe twice just to kind of refresh her memory of something that wasn't really that important, I guess. And, she didn't give that same thing that really annoyed me by KJP the past 4 years, other than the lies and BS that she always put out there. She didn't do that. "I'm going to have to refer you to them. I'm going to have to." That shit pissed me off, especially when KJP would always be like, "Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to answer that." You're the White House press secretary, for God's sakes. Your job is to answer these questions, stupid. Glad you're fucking gone. Okay. Another thing is she talked for about 36 minutes, and I guess maybe she was allotted to only 30 minutes because this got me. So if you go to Fox Live News, because that's what I watched it on today, if you scroll through that and get to about 52:01 on that one, you'll see a dark-haired anchor wearing blue, and I think her name was Carola Lotta. Almost sounds like a weird kind of porn name, but whatever. Nope, not talking shit about a nice lady I don't know anything about. However, I am going to give a little bit about this. So when it cuts to her, it's right before the ending. I guess it was right about the 30-minute mark, give or take. in her speech. So maybe they thought she was over time. So they cut back to the lady, the Carola Lotta. Yeah. They cut to her real quick and you just see her and she makes a weird face, kind of like a smile. And I shit you not, pun intended, you hear a fart. I'm sorry. Look it up. You hear a fart. You hear, and I was like, wait a minute. And I'm glad I could go back and rewind or go back a few seconds. I'm like, oh my God, somebody ripped ass on live TV. I know. I'm a grown man and I'm still laughing at farts and like a 15-year-old, but hey, whatever. Fuck it. That's my humor. If you don't like it, fuck off. But so here she is getting, Carolyn is getting to her end of her questions, and she mentions that this is going to be the last thing I have to say. This, before I let you go, if I remember the quote correctly. And she starts finishing up everything, and she starts walking away. And while she's walking to the door to leave, you clearly hear another reporter in the crowd that's closest to the camera behind everybody. You hear her yell out. I don't know who it was, but it was right about 52:49 on the Fox News Live broadcast. And you can look it up on YouTube. That's where I watched it. 52:49. You hear this lady scream out. You don't see her, but you hear her say, "Are all Medicare portals down in all 50 states?" Well, Carolyn's already over by 6 minutes. She's got to get out of there. She's not turning around and answering anything. So she just goes out the door. And then you hear that same lady go, "Fuck." Like she didn't get to get her question asked. Maybe she wasn't called on in that, but she's blurting it out. And then you hear that same lady, "Fuck." Oh, that tickled me. I was like, well, Fox News, you apparently didn't have time to keep an eye on those little things, the fart and the fuck. So, sorry. More of that pubescent teenage stupid humor that I'm allotted with for the rest of my life. But yeah, whatever. So overall, I was like really baffled. I mean, as I said earlier, she came to play. She came to bat. She pulled a Babe Ruth and pointed to the stands and knocked it out of the park. I was like, thank you, Heavenly Father, God Creator, whatever you want to call it. You gave us somebody that, I mean, it is day one, so there's more time to come. But you gave us somebody that's going to answer straightforward and isn't stumbling, fumbling, bumbling, and lying about pretty much everything or reading from a pre-typed script held in a big book. That's garbage. KJP was garbage. And as you see on there, KJP and trash. Yeah. And that's my hand, by the way. So, I know I'm stupid. But anywho, I really think she did really well, and I was pretty stoked and proud of her for what she did. I mean, she is the youngest White House press secretary ever. Just 27 years old, something like that. 1997. Oh, yeah, she'll be 30 in 2027. So there you go. Yeah, whatever. August 24th. But there is one question that she did answer to, or before, I guess she made a point to answering. It wasn't really a question, but she allotted to the drone thing that was going over New Jersey, to where most of us were like, wait a minute, the government's up to something. They're pulling our leg. What's going on here? And she immediately addressed that and said, hey, it's not a foreign enemy. It was the government. It was the United States, blah, 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 blah. They were testing this. And also there were other drone fanatics out there flying around as well. So don't worry, it wasn't. I'm like, damn. At least you could have gave us something nice and juicy. Been like, yep, we caught him. But no, unfortunately, we're just sitting there kind of grumbling about that. But anywho, you know, I think overall she did a really great job. I look forward to kind of hearing some more of her stuff. I mean, it's only been a week. It was her first press secretary conversation, address, whatever you want to call it. She did really good. I'm not upset about it. So next thing, look forward to this. February. Since I'm not doing these all the time, I'm going to try and get me something really good. Got a lot planned and in store. I've already got some new equipment coming in. Should be here at the beginning, maybe second week of February. So new cameras, and hopefully my mixer gets here in enough time. If not, but for the next podcast that I'm going to do, we're going to get out of the garage, get out of the backyard, and we are going to go off location, so to speak. And it's going to be a little pricey, but hey, not making any money off this channel yet. So, hey, just got to do what you got to do. Got to crawl, then you walk, then you run, then you kick ass. So we're working on it. And that leads me to, hey guys, just leave a comment, hit a like, share, and then get some more subscriptions for me. Because once we do that, I can pay for more stuff, and I'm not doing all my ghetto editing and background stuff and worrying about this, and I'll have a lot more to work with, especially like going off location and getting other people on this thing. It'll be a lot better that way. So that being said, the person who is going to be with me, which will be a lot of fun because it's never been done. You know him, you'll love him, and going to have a lot in store for you. Not going to throw too much out there for you, but yeah, maybe one little bone. Let's just say we're going into a dangerous element. And if you go back to one of my later, well, probably about midway through my podcast, you'll see a certain Easter egg of violence, and we're going to kind of work on that. It's going to be fun. But all right, guys, going to keep this nice, short, and sweet as best I can. So thanks again. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, let people know. We get the followers, then we can start getting ads and maybe make some money off this biatch. Till then, Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Till next time, peace.